Hi and welcome to session 3 of Teen Yoga with me, Michelle. So I hope you're all well and I hope you've been enjoying the yoga from the other sessions. We're going to continue to build on that today. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, just a little check-in with how you're feeling like we usually do at the start. So just checking in with your body, checking in with your mind. How is it that you feel at this present moment? And whatever you feel is fine because you're feeling it. So every feeling is valid. Everything is okay. Just feel and maybe give yourself a word or two just to describe how that feeling is. And say it out loud or just say it in your head. Okay. And then we're just going to come down onto our backs to start. So we're going to put the soles of the feet together and just let the knees flop out. Don't force them down, just let them gently drop. Okay, if that's not good for you, if that's causing you any pain, you can just take the feet as wide as the mat and let the knees drop in if that feels better for you. Okay, and then placing your hand, one hand on the chest, one hand on the stomach. We're just going to go through some of our breathing. First of all, just tuning in with your natural breath. So just feeling how that breath feels, bringing your awareness to it, just focusing on it. And then starting to deepen the breath. So we're going to do ladder breath today. So as you breathe, it's like moving up the rungs of a ladder as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, moving down the rungs of the ladder. I'm going to start by counting the breath. So we're just going to do one breath, one hold, one breath out. So I will count, you follow. 1, inhale, hold 1, exhale 1. And then we're going to do it for 2. Inhale for 1, 2, hold for 2, exhale for 2. Now 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold 1, 2, 3, exhale 1, 2, 3. Should be counting backwards on the way down. Inhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we can do 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, return to normal. And then gently just bringing the knees together. And then just gently bringing the knees in towards the chest. And then just rolling the knees round in one direction and then back in the opposite direction. And then just hugging the knees in. If you can lift the chest if you can. Now it might be that you can just lift the chest. I don't want you straining the neck, so we're lifting the chest. And if you can't get them close to your knees, that's fine. You just do what your body feels good with. You work with your own body. And then release. And then we're going to bring the knees up again. So the knees are over the hips. And we're going to stretch one leg and then the other. Stretch one leg and then the other. Working through on your breath. Always working through one breath, one movement. And then come into stillness and stretching out one leg. Bringing in the other. Working through on your breath. And we're going to move into, just give it a little hug in again. We're going to move into some yogic cycles. So, bringing the knees up again. Okay. If you can, taking the hands behind the head, but not bringing the elbows up. Okay, so just supporting the head lightly. And as you stretch out your right leg, we're coming over to try and bring the opposite elbow over to opposite knee. Okay, don't try and crunch up too much, just the range at which your body will go. Now you will feel your core switch on there, so the center of your body will feel strong. Okay, let's go through. So working through for breath. So we're coming up. Inhale, exhale, stop center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, now you might want to try it not stopping in the center, which is great as long as there's no strain on your lower back. So we're just going at our own pace today. Okay, that's what's great about this. You're working through, you're doing what you can. Okay, brilliant. And then just bringing your knees in, hugging them in tight. And then we're going to roll up as long as you've got no pain in your lower back. We're going to roll up on the mat, just gain a little bit of momentum. So we're going to rock up, rocking through the spine, and then coming over onto all fours. Okay, so that gives you a nice massage for the spine, warming up through the spine. So we're going to come in and warm that up a little bit more with our cat cows. So again, palms spread nice and wide, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And we are inhaling, tummy comes down, tailbone goes up, chin can lift slightly. Exhaling, pushing the mat away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, and just sitting it back into a child's pose. So giving it a nice stretch the arms out, stretch the palms. And now we're going to move into a little bit of a flow. Okay, so we're in our tabletop position. I'm going to inhale, and as we inhale, we're going to bend the elbows in, but keeping them close to the body. So we're going to inhale, We're going to scoop down. Chin comes to the mat. Exhale, round the back, angry cat. Inhale, sit back, child's pose. Exhale, coming up. So one breath, one movement. Keep those elbows in as you're moving round. Scoop down. Come up, round the back, sit back, child's pose. Okay, one more time. Doing great. Fantastic. And then just come into stillness in your tabletop position, and then just give yourself a little wiggle of the hips, a little bit of movement. Move however you feel. Move what feels good, just feel into your body. Spread the palms, tuck the toes, and we're coming into our first downward facing dog. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale, push through the palms, lift the hips up high. Okay, bend the knees, bend, stretch, just move the body. Move the body, whatever feels good for you. Okay, and then we're going to take the right hand and we're going to cross it over and place it on the shin of the left foot or the thigh, whatever range of motion your body will move in, and look under the left armpit. And release, and then we're coming to the other side. Taking the right, bringing it over, looking under the right armpit. Just hope you've all been showered already. And release. And then just drop the knees down and take another child's pose. Okay, and just tune into your breath in that child's pose. Okay. And then just coming up, we're going to come back into downward facing dog again. So tuck the toes, lift the tailbone. Okay, walk them out again. And then we're going to move the hands back towards the feet and come up facing you, come into a forward fold. So let the head hang heavy, take hold of opposite elbows and just allow the body to rock. Remember the visualization of allowing those thoughts that are cluttering the mind just to drop out of the head. Okay, we're going to roll up the spine. Slowly, slowly, the head is the last thing to come up. Roll the shoulders back and down. We're going to start to move that energy around the body now. So we're going to take a nice inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms up, and on the exhale, release. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Really bend those knees. Inhale, exhale, flop down, relax and release. Exhale. One more time. Fantastic. Bring the arms down by the side. Take a nice deep breath in, and then we're just going to lift the arms, taking hold of the left wrist. You see me there with the right, taking hold of the left wrist with the right finger and thumb. We're going to inhale, lift up, and then just gently pull that arm over so that we've got a nice stretch down the left hand side. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale the arms back up. Take hold of the right wrist. Gently, so stretching the body up before we bend it over. Trying to keep the biceps by the ears. And sticking this right hip out. Drawing the core in. Exhale. Okay, fantastic. We're going to come to the top of the mat. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. Take the arms up, hinging at the hips. Coming over, bending the knees, scooping the arms down. Bending through the knees. Looking up, flat back, lengthening through the crown of the head. And then dropping back down. We're going to plant the palms. We're going to come back into plank. Just see if you can hold plank here for a few seconds. Then dropping the knees, scooping the chin and chest down, coming up into cobra, tucking the toes and coming into downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to lift through the right leg and bring that right foot in between the palms of our hands. So lift, bring it in, step it down. Now, you can drop the back knee and you can come into low lunge, or keep the back knee off the floor and come into a higher lunge. Okay, so we're on the ball of the back foot, pressing through the back foot. We've got the natural curve in the spine. We're lifting and lengthening through the arms. So remember, we're creating space between our hips and our ribs, stretching the body. We're keeping the knee over the ankle or just behind it. We're not tracking it forward. And then inhale, we're going to exhale, we're going to turn the arms, we're going to T-shape the arms out. So we're going to stretch those arms in a little twist. Inhale, back up. Oh. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, drop the knees, bring it down, up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Doing amazing. Going to lift the left leg now. So inhale, lift the left leg up and bring it through. Again, your choice with the lunge. So you can drop the back knee or keep it in high lunge. Okay, lifting the arms up. Remember, lunges are a really good antidote to sitting down because they give you a hip flex is a good stretch. Also good if you're a runner, because it stretches the muscles that power the stride. Okay. Inhale, exhale, turn the body in a twist. Focus on the breath to give you the stamina to hold that posture. Bring the arm back up, plant the palms down and take it back to a plank. Drop the knees, take it back to child's pose. Take a couple of breaths and then come back up into tabletop before we move back into a downward facing dog. So we're going a little bit faster than we have done the last couple of sessions, just moving it on a little bit. So tucking those toes again and coming back into another downward facing dog. So we're going to lift, bend the knees as much as you need to, push your heels towards the mat, but my heels don't touch the mat, so it just depends on your body. Your heels do not have to touch the mat. Okay, I'm going to lift through the right leg. We're We're going to bring that through and we're going to come into warrior two. Okay, I'll just do this the other side so you can see. Okay, so front foot points towards the edge of the mat, back foot is parallel with the mat. Widen the stance as much as you can, but not causing any pain or strain in the hips. So pushing down, so we need a good solid base, pushing down through the outside of the back foot, making sure that knee is not rolled in, making sure that knee is rolled towards your little toe, body becomes straight up, hands, so we're opening, widening across the chest, and our gaze is our middle finger. So we'll hold at that. If that gets too much, just take the hands to the hips. And we're just going to hold it for a few seconds, a few breaths. And in doing this, because can be quite a challenging posture, just observe how your mind meets this challenge. So focus on your breath, focus on anything that's coming into your mind, but don't get attached to it. Just allow those thoughts to pass. Notice what they are, but allow them to pass. You could always have a little affirmation. I am strong. I am strong. I am strong. Inhale, exhale, reverse that warrior. Inhale, exhale. We're going to straighten the front leg. Maybe you need to bring the back leg in a bit so the stance isn't so wide. We're going to come into triangle pose or trikonasana. So again, lengthening the arms. I'm going to reach over with the right arm as far as we can. So we're sticking out this left hip. And then turning the palms, keeping the shoulders stacked, keeping the chest open, bringing either the hand can come to the shin or the palm can come open. Okay, so we're looking to lengthen either side the ribs. We're not crunching, we're not folding in, we're open across the chest. Fabulous. And these strong standing postures not only help to build our muscles, but also help give us strong bones. Inhale, exhale up. Fantastic. Hands can come to the hips. Keep the stance wide. Turn the toes in slightly and we're just going to come into a wide leg fold. So inhale as we lift the body up, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips, come halfway down as you exhale. Then take another inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, soften down. Just focus on your breath. Allow them thoughts to drop out of your head. And then inhale, bring the hands to the hips. Exhale, bring the body up. Fantastic, doing amazing. Then we're going to come round to the other side. So now left foot should be facing the front of the mat. Back foot, your right foot parallel with the back of the mat. And then coming on to warrior two on the other side. Okay, so we're not leaning forward, we're keeping our body straight, we're bending through this front knee. And then again, just repeat it to yourself. I am strong. I am strong. Accept the challenge. Breathe through it. Inhale, exhale, reverse. Inhale, exhale, straighten the front leg. You might need to shorten the stance a little bit. Lean forward with the left hand. Stick the right hip out. Turn the palms. Ensure the chest is open. Don't go too low if it's at the expense of your alignment. So really pushing down through the soles of the feet. Inhale, exhale, coming up. Fantastic. Step it to the top of the mat. Okay. Rolling the shoulders back and down. We're going to come in just to a little flow again, down to the mat and back up. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do the flows if you don't want to. You can stay standing on the mat. So we're going to inhale, exhale the arms down, fold the knees, step it back to plank, drop the knees, scoop it down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then we're going to look forward and either step or hop it forward. So step one foot and then the other, or jump 2 feet together. And then roll it up. Okay, now I'm just going to show you from the front because we're going to come into our chair pose, Utkatasana. So it is like you're about to sit back on an imaginary chair. So we're just going to scoop the arms, and as we bring the arms up, we're going to sit back. So feet can be ideally close together. If that's not good for you, hip width apart, a little further apart. I don't like doing it with my feet close together. Doesn't feel right for me. Okay, so it's like a squat. So we're going to bring it back. So as if you're sitting on a chair, arms up. If that's too much, arms can just come to here. If that's too much, arms can come, because you are working your heart. Your heart has to pump faster if you've got your hands above your head, so you can just keep them here. And try and sit a little bit lower. And we're going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Okay, interlace the fingers. Lean forward. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, release. And come up. Okay, if you can't hold it for 10, that's fine. Hold it for where you can, and then maybe set yourself a little target to build up your strength, because that's what will happen, and get to 10. And then maybe once you've done 10, your next one will be 15 or 20. So we've spoken before about how these postures are challenging, and how, you know, things in life are challenging, and we don't always get things the first time round. Very often we don't. More often than not, we have to work at it and build up to it, and it's exactly the same. So we're going to do that again. Okay, so we're going to lift the arms up, sit back, so the weight should be in your heels, so you shouldn't be grabbing the floor with your toes. Okay, and if you feel like a little bit of an extra challenge, then come up on your toes and sit further down. So stay up on your toes. If you don't want to do the toes today, don't do the toes. And we're going to hold this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, well done. Amazing. just going to come into a little fold. Inhale the arms up, stretch. Exhale, coming down. Allow the body just to, the head to hang heavy. You can take a rag doll if you wish. Fantastic. Okay. Rolling up through the spine. Doing an amazing job. Now we're just going to come down to the mat. Okay, and we're going to just take a little yogi squat. So I know we've worked these quite heavy, these quads, but we're just going to take a little wider squat. So take your feet wide. Okay. Now you can do this from a standing position and come down. It's a little bit more difficult, but if you want to do that you can, or you can just do it from where we were before. So ideally, feet should be flat on the floor, elbows inside, but if that's not good for you today, you don't have to come right down. We spoke last week about using a block or a book. You can just, while you're getting used to it, sit on the edge of that block or book. And again, we're just opening those hips. So we've worked on stretching the hip flexors and releasing tension in the muscles in our body that tend to hold on to that stress and anxiety when we feel like that. So our shoulders will tighten, our hips will tighten, and it's just, we're just releasing those emotions, just releasing that sometimes negative emotions that we hold on to in the body. Fantastic. Well done. Well done. Okay, after that you deserve a little rest. So we're going to come down onto our bellies into crocodile. One hand on top of the other and just resting the forehead. And then just allowing the body to sort of melt into the mat. So just pressing the body, pressing the pelvis, pressing the thighs, the tops of the feet, everything down into the mat. And then just focusing on your breath. Just focusing on that breath. And allowing yourself a little mini relaxation. And focus on how the breath is different from this position. If you've been breathing, you did the breathing on your back at the beginning. Just feel how the ribs expand in the back when you're taking an inhale. Feel the tummy press onto the mat. Fantastic. And then we're just going to lift up and pull it back and come back onto our backs. Okay. So we're just going to take a bridge pose. So walk your heels as close to your bum as you can get them. Make sure your knees are in line with your hips so they're not splaying out or pushing together too much. And as you inhale, you're going to push down through your heels, engage your glutes and lift up. So we're lifting the spine off the mat very slowly, very slowly. And as you exhale, replace the spine down one vertebrae at a time. And then inhale, exhale. And if you want, you can add in the arms as you are just working through that on your breath. So inhale, arms come up and over. I'm probably banging into my couch. exhale. Okay, and again, inhale. Exhale. Fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to take one knee into the chest and extend. So take your right knee in and extend your left leg out. Okay, and really pull that in. And then just change over. Holding that. And then both together. Point and flex the feet. And then release the soles of the feet down, and then taking the knees over to the right. Spread the arms out wide if you can, if you've got space, and turn to face the opposite direction if that's okay. If that's uncomfortable on your neck, just keep the neck in neutral. Again, taking the opportunity in these static postures to just focus on your breath. Inhale, lift the legs up. Exhale. Inhale, drop them down to the left. Look over to the right. Inhale up. I'm going to come into that happy baby. So soles of the feet towards the ceiling, knees coming towards the armpits. Hold inside or outside the feet. Maybe give it a little rock from side to side like you are a baby in your cot. And then release down. I'm just giving you one last hug in. Let everything go. So just coming into your Shavasana, or coming back onto your tummy or into child's pose. We're not going to spend too long here. You can spend long as you like at the end of your session in Shavasana. Just closing the eyes, focusing on the breath. Tense all the body up. Really hold it. And then release. Lovely. Just moving your fingers and toes, bringing the soles of your feet to the mat. So moving them from side to side, turning over on your side and pushing yourselves up. Coming into a seated position. So I just want you to sit up nice and tall. So again, just that string drawing you up through the crown of the head, shoulders back and down. And then just check in now with how you feel right now. Feeling for any differences in the body, in the mind, just generally how you feel from the beginning of the session. Nice deep breath. And thank you so much for joining me again. I just wanted to give you this week a little tip, well-being tip for creating a positive mindset. I know we've all been locked down for a long time now, and sometimes things, because we lose our routine, things will set in and our mind tends to take over and spiral out of control. And it should be the other way around. Our mind shouldn't be controlling us, we should be controlling our minds. And just a couple of things. So the breathing, really important. So when you wake up in the morning, just take 6 nice deep belly breaths, like we've done today, like we did last week, 3-part breath. Nice 6 nice long slow breaths. And maybe you could add in an affirmation while you're doing that. So one that I like is when you wake up in the day, in the morning, hopefully the morning, you say, I'm in charge of how I feel, and today I choose happiness. And you say that as you're doing your breaths. I am in charge of how I feel, and today I choose happiness. And you can say it out loud, or you could just say it in your head. It doesn't matter. Then get out of bed, and here's my top tip. Once you've made your bed, once you've got out of bed, just give it away then. Make your bed straight away. No, I haven't been paid off by all your parents. It is a top tip. It's a good thing to do. So you get out your bed, and as soon as you're up, you make your bed, okay? And it's, that just sounds like I'm being mad, but it works. So one, after you've just got out of bed, you've already accomplished something. So it doesn't matter how small, it makes a big impact on the mind, okay? And that sends messages to the rest of your body. So you've accomplished something. 2, it sets up positivity for the rest of the day. It also makes a positive, gives you a positive signal at bedtime, because you're going up to bed, oh, I've got to move all the stuff off my bed now, my bed's a mess. But no, you get in there and lo and behold, your bed's made. So that's a good thing. 3, if somewhere's at least just you one place in your space where you are is nice and tidy, that is calming, and that reduces stress on the body. And 4, it will get you into other good habits. So once you've started doing this, you might look around and think, oh God, I need to declutter all that stuff in the corner. I need to go through all that stuff. So try it. Give it a good go. I don't mean just for one day, but try it for one day. But try it every day and see what the benefits are. I promise you, it'll have a good effect on your mind. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I will post next week. Bye.